is why removing sugar, dairy, or gluten from your diet will not clear your acne in the way that you want it to. From someone who has helped over 1,000 women clear their skin from the inside out. Let's discuss. Hi there, my name is Therese, and I struggled with terrible acne for over 15 years. I finally cleared my acne naturally with food and created my natural acne clearing program, The Clear Code, to help you do the same. 11 years and thousands of clients later, I've made it my life's work to get you clear skin without harsh chemicals, pills, and/or crazy hormones. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video. I think you spend a lot of time on the internet Googling about what foods or things or topicals or pills, creams, hormones, what things you should avoid or remove to get clear skin. Am I right? Here's the issue with this. Actually, there are many. But first things first, you can't live like that, okay? Number one. Number two, it's not actually going to clear your skin. I wanted to share why this approach is kind of killing your acne clearing progress, to be honest with you today, and why, so that you understand the principles around and or behind the fact that eating more foods will actually get you clear skin. The first reason that removing sugar, dairy, and gluten isn't going to clear your acne is because sugar, dairy, and gluten aren't causing your acne. Acne is caused by 7 main systemic root acne issues. We have a root acne triggers quiz. You can take that via the link below. But that being said, there are a lot of different factors that go into why you're breaking out in the first place. Blood sugar management issues, gut health challenges, hormonal imbalances, topical issues, coming on and or off certain medications. All of these things can have a really big impact on your skin. Taking out all of these foods will only lead you to feeling restricted, and they are not going to get to the root of the issue, I promise. The second reason removing a ton of foods isn't going to clear your acne is because removing a ton of foods will lead to bad habits around restriction and or binging, starting and stopping. You're most likely, this is how this will most likely go. You will decide on this really strict diet, right? You'll say no sugar, no dairy, no gluten for 30 days. It goes one of two ways. Number one, the first way is that you do it for about 10 days and then you crash and burn because it's miserable, it's unsustainable, you hate your life, right? So that's path number one. Path number two, let's say it actually clears your acne. Let's say you are a beast and you can do that type of diet, which is really intense, for a very long time, and it actually works. What do you do then? Are you just never ever gonna eat sugar, dairy, or gluten ever again? That sounds terrible. That's not the plan. That's not what we want. That's not the action plan. Restricting foods this way can lead you down this path of either intense binge and restrict cycles and or being even more confused than when you started, because what happens if and when your skin does clear? How do you know what thing changed the challenge, number one, and then number two, how will you be able to maintain this lifestyle? The third reason this doesn't work is because restriction actually negatively impacts gut health. There is a gut-skin axis that tells us that what happens in our gut shows up in your skin, and this is very, very important from an acne clearing perspective, because the more biodiversity you have in your gut, the better, I promise. And if and when you have limited yourself to only having salmon, blueberries, and spinach, all of that diversity goes out the window. You'll probably struggle with some constipation and or the other problem, you know what I'm saying? And you won't have this really healthy, balanced microbiome that supports clear skin. The fourth reason this doesn't work is kind of what I was talking about in the second reason, and that is that it's not sustainable. I love I talk about this all the time. I love a donut. I love some pizza. I have pepperoni pizza once a week. I go to a little shop, it's like 3 blocks down. I grab 2 slices. I grab a side of ranch. My skin is still clear, and I have really bad acne for 15 years, okay? You don't need to remove your favorite foods for the rest of your life. It's not gonna clear your acne, and it sucks. The fifth reason you don't wanna restrict a bunch of foods is because you may set yourself up for some blood sugar imbalances. I see this with a lot of clear coders, especially over the past few years, where they're actually eating a highly restrictive, highly disciplined diet. And at first I'm always really impressed, like, that's really intense. I don't know how you haven't touched artificial sugar for over a year. It's commendable. But what happens is you almost end up being hypoglycemic, so your blood sugar is a little too low throughout the day, and let's say you're an athlete, or you work out a lot in any way, shape, or form, right? You might run the risk of having these big spikes and falls of blood sugar in a way that isn't supported by your body. We need glucose. Our brain uses a lot of glucose, the rest of our body, our organs, everything uses glucose, sugar, for energy. Again, we don't need as much glucose as we all eat. We definitely follow a lower glycemic diet plan in the Clear Code, but that being said, I sometimes see blood sugar management issues in highly restrictive diets as well, funnily enough. So long story short, being highly restrictive in a sugar way I have actually found to negatively impact quite a few people's skin because it's just not enough glucose. Like they're not getting the fuel that they need. And if and when your body doesn't get the fuel that it needs, it experiences a lot of stress. You might have excess adrenaline, cortisol, epinephrine, all of these different experiences, and it's not good for your skin. It's not ideal. The sixth reason is what I just referenced 2 reasons ago. I eat pizza, I eat donuts, I eat delicious foods throughout the week. When you are clearing your acne, you do not want to find a plan or a pill or a cream that means you are super restricted on holidays, that make it so that when you go to your best friend's wedding, you're having boiled chicken and a seltzer, right? You want to be fancy free dancing with a glass of champagne, having some cupcakes at the end. You also don't want to feel, I think there is a great sense of defeat that comes from restricting a ton of foods and then adding some back in, restricting, adding, because it never quite works, but you're trying really hard. And so not only is the thing that you're trying really hard not working, but it sucks in the meantime, right? So you're just having a terrible experience that isn't even working in the first place. It's like, we'll all suffer a little bit, I think, for results that we want. Right? Weight loss, for example, or creating abs. A lot of people say abs are built in the kitchen. I tend to agree. So if I am going to go hard and try to create a nice little ab line, etc., and I'm really restrictive from a food perspective, let's say, but I get amazing abs, it's like, all right, well, there they are. I did it, right? 9 times out of 10, if and when you're restricting from an acne perspective, from a food and acne perspective, it doesn't work. And so you've suffered for nothing, which is the worst. I think that's the worst feeling as a human. So in terms of action steps that I want you to focus on instead of removing a ton of foods to clear your acne naturally, let's talk about a few. I want you to know your root acne causes. Focus on nourishment over restriction. Focus in on your daily habits. So things like, are you skipping breakfast and or only drinking coffee? You want to avoid that. Focus in on your nutrition. Prioritize your gut health. So what that means is having meals higher in fiber, proteins, fats, adding probiotic-rich foods to your diets like sauerkraut, kimchi, kombucha, kefir. I think the most important thing that everyone wants, the ideal situation, is that you can have glowing and clear skin and feel really confident and powerful and still eat your favorite foods every now and then. That's the ideal situation, right? And if that's something that you're looking to do, if you feel like you have been restricted for far too long and you're so tired of thinking about another food that you can't eat, and or you feel so overwhelmed and so hopeless about your acne, I would definitely check out my acne clearing program, The Clear Code. What we do is we define your root acne triggers, we craft a plan for you based on your unique acne challenges, and then we monitor your skin week over week in a really systematic way, I should say, so that we're addressing all the systemic parts of acne. So by the end of the Clear Code, you know exactly what to eat, what foods, what topicals to use, what supplements to use. You know your entire Clear Code, aka your Clear Skin Lifestyle Plan. You know what will keep your skin clear beyond the program. Because that's the dream, right? Is that you are on a beach next summer in Greece and you are eating whatever you want, having a glass of champagne, but you know how to keep your skin clear, right? That's exactly what we do in the Clear Code. So if you're interested in finally feeling free from a food perspective, eating whatever you want and clearing your acne naturally, check out the Clear Code via the link below. We would love to see if we could help you. That being said as well, if you want to just get a little bit deeper into your root acne triggers, you want to understand things a little bit better, take the acne personality quiz via the link below and or check out our root acne triggers webinar. We go over the 7 main root acne triggers plus 9 action steps you can take to start to clear your acne naturally from the inside out. And if you like this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit the bell to be notified when I post a new video, and or share this video with someone that you know might need the support and or the inspiration. Clear skin naturally is possible while eating foods that you like. Please know that. We've helped over 1,000 clients do that. So if you take anything from this video, I hope that it's that. See you in the next one.